Hey guys, it's Audio D.
And the beef.
And we have to hurry up and do this shit because, oh boy, is PC gaming coming like right now. This is about Microsoft though, and their press conference. And how everything is fucking great on Xbox and Windows 10.
In Windows 10.
So these aren't really exclusives, you can play them online. So it's like, who even gives a fuck anymore? They're not really exclusives, but they've been pushing it like they are, which is great because, I mean, I get to play, once we, upgrade the rig, games that I would never play. All they've done is said, yeah, don't waste your money buying an Xbox. If you have a PC, you'll be okay. Which is fine.
I had PC.
PC, if you don't have a PC, you'll be okay. And I'm like, alright, cool, that's fine. Okay, so the first thing that they showed us was the Xbox S, the Xbox One S, is what they're calling it.
Yeah.
And S is for slim, we're getting, because it's slimmer, it has increased range, it can stream shit, and it has teraflops.
Teraflops. Which doesn't sound like a real thing, but I know that it is.
Yeah, I feel like that it sounds fake, but okay. And not just that, but it sounds silly. Like when you're promoting hardware, you usually want to go more macho, more like it has Terra jaws or something. Teraflops.
Teraflex.
Yeah.
Terra
This just kind of make teraflops. Flops just kind of make me think it's like a children's cartoon. Like, oh wow, look, it's teraflop, everybody.
Or like floppy disks.
Yeah, old. It sounds like either old school technology or fucking a children's cartoon. Look, guys, it's a teraflop, and it's like a triceratops with long floppy bunny ears. But there's teraflops. That and the ending there where they explained what the Xbox S can do and all the fucking RAM and speed and stuff. That was for the developers. There were some people who are anal about that type of thing.
Super fast.
But it's gonna be fast. It's gonna have more power. It's gonna kick your ass more. Great, fantastic. You're gonna have to actually physically show me something that means something to me as a
It's gonna beat you up.
casual consumer.
Money.
Yeah,
It will take your lunch money.
it'll beat you up.
You will not be able to afford milk.
No, because this it's so many teraflops, just fucking you up and taking your milk. Okay, so let's go real quick to their stage setup is ass. It's always ass at the Microsoft press
Yeah,
conference.
the Microsoft ones are always butthole.
Because you have the stage in the middle of the audience and then have the chairs behind the presenter.
Facing the big screens.
So like, and they're not even swivel chairs. So these people are breaking their necks to look at the presenters, and it's like, I want to talk to you about this game. Okay, I would love to, but my neck is permanently on the other side now. I'm not a fucking owl. You're gonna have to do something with these chairs.
Yeah, make them stationary but swivel. Like,
Yeah.
they should be able to. Those audience members should be able to turn their chairs. I can understand not putting wheels on the bottom of those chairs, but let them at least turn around easier.
Yeah. Other than that, I thought that the setup was fine. They had a lot of production snafus that bothered the fuck out of me.
Me too.
And then mainly, we're gonna just say it up front: stop filming the audience watching your presentation. I don't care. Nobody cares. And they're trying to show off. That's what that is. Look at our audience.
They were A, trying to show off. B, they had the occasional special effects for two games. They had little special effect things that went off during the thing that they wanted to show us.
They had the snow, and there was something else they had. What was the other thing?
Smoke cannons.
Okay, and it's like, yeah, do it those times, but stop doing it for everything else.
But even then, with the smoke cannon one, the shot lingered for a while, and then it went off. It's almost like there was a delay on those cannons.
Yeah, probably. And the reason why the watching the audience thing bothers me so much is so many times it happened during pivotal points in the gameplay that we can't see because the fucking camera's so far away.
Yeah.
I wear glasses, but I don't wear glasses because, well, glasses are expensive. Like, I wear glasses, my glasses are scratched to shit, and I can't afford new ones, so I can't exactly make out what the fuck's happening on that screen.
Especially because some of those shots are so far away from the screen because they want to show the majority of the audience from like the nosebleed section.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I feel bad for the people who have those seats, but I'm watching a live stream. I shouldn't be in those seats.
Exactly. And even then, if you are in those seats, you could probably get up later and go to the fucking booth and rewatch the trailer. Like, we're sitting here trying our hardest to strain and watch it, and I'm sure this is going to give a bunch of IGN's going to get a bunch of hits from people who are trying to rewatch these trailers, and that's fine, but Jesus fuck.
It's great business for IGN, but it's just it looks bad on Microsoft's ability to produce.
Yeah. Alright, so let's get into the games, I guess. Gears of War. They showed Gears of War first. They had a cool thing where they shot something, and then they had these wind mechanics blow fire into an enemy.
And blue ragdoll bodies around as well.
That was cool. But it would work. It would only matter if this is for like a multiplayer scenario as well. that you can use the wind like that. Otherwise, it's just a scripted event, and that doesn't really get me hot and bothered.
But I'm really hoping that they do incorporate it into the... Even if I never play the game, I really hope that they incorporate the wind mechanic that they displayed here into actual non-scripted events as well.
Yeah. That you could take advantage of the wind, and that was just displaying, or just I hope that was just a example of how the wind mechanics work.
Yeah.
So they fixed the proportions on the Gears characters, and I'm pissed about this. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm mad because I like how goofy and massive they were. I'm a big fan of that shit. You know, I'm a big fan of the cartoony silliness, and I thought them being huge was awesome. I'm one of these people also who thought the women should be giant too, because they're carrying a lot of equipment.
The
How come
Xenia from Overwatch.
Yes, all the women should be jacked as shit, and all the dudes should be jacked as shit because they're carrying a bunch of equipment.
Everyone's
right?
swole.
Everybody's swole because of what they have to carry. So at least that's how I was taking it. So now that they're regular proportions, it's like, oh man.
Except for Marcus. Marcus Phoenix we saw still has his old proportions.
Because they can't change him now. Like, he'd look ridiculous.
But now he's going to look even more ridiculous standing next to these guys with regular, or closer to regular proportions.
Yeah.
They're still big buff dudes, but they're not as big and buff as the old Gears characters used to be.
I like the big and buff. It reminded me of the good old 80s
They're still
movies,
big and buff,
you know?
they're just not as big and buff.
Yeah. It reminded me of old Arnold and Stallone movies. That's why I like how big and stupid they were. But, you know...
Yeah.
I guess people were complaining about the proportions, so they said, fuck it, we'll fix it.
It's fine.
Alright, next, they had the Gears of War controller.
It lets the Gears franchise, like, visually, it doesn't stand out as much against other shooters. But
Yeah.
because they slim down the characters, but it's a nitpick.
Yeah. They still have really violent fucking guns and shooting, and it's like Doom plus Halo.
That was
and that's
saw blade
fine.
gun, that was cool.
That was cool as shit.
And I could see that the wind was even affecting the saw blades, because it would hit something and then the wind would blow it back.
Yeah, that was cool. I really want to see how the wind mechanic works here. Then we had the Gears of War controller looks dope, but the trailer for it was kind of like, okay, get onto it. But the controller looks great. Like, I want that controller. It's not as cool as the controllers, the ridiculous controllers of old, like the Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller, but it's still cool.
It has some kind of a switch on it. I don't know what that's for. Maybe it's turbo.
I think that's a switch that's on the console controller, like vanilla, right?
I don't think so. It looked like it was an actual like toggle switch.
It lit up too when they turned it on, or was that
Yeah.
just an effect for the commercial?
I'm assuming it has an LED light in it.
But why does it light up? I don't know.
I don't know what that switch is even for. I don't know if it's on the original controller or not, but if it isn't, what is it for?
Drop down in the comments and let us know what the fuck that's for, if you know.
It's a little switch.
Okay, so the next thing up here on my list is Ram is playable in Killer Instinct.
I want to have Ram versus Rash right now.
Yeah. that sounds ridiculous when you say it out loud, but yeah, honestly though, I would prefer to have Ram as an exclusive in Mortal Kombat for the Xbox.
Yeah.
But what can you do? Because I don't like the Killer Instinct model at all. Of the whole game is microtransactions. The game.
Oh yeah.
I cannot tolerate that model. So as cool as Ram is in the game, I'm never gonna play it because fuck you. That's how I feel.
We've yet to have a single one of these recaps where we didn't take a short period of time to say fuck microtransactions.
Oh yeah, you gotta. All right, so now they had Forza, a commercial a trailer for Forza. They brought out a whole presentation for Forza. Honestly, you could have taken away the presentation for Forza because it's racing. What else can you do? And given it to Sea of Thieves instead. But let's talk about Forza.
That song was out of place, man.
That song was out of fucking place. I get it. Last year, you had your Everybody Wants to Rule the World Lord cover on your Assassin's Creed. You had the year before that, or I think 2 years before that, Gears of War had the Mad World, and that like fucking changed the game. Everybody started to use covers of 80s songs, slowed way the fuck down to kind of make their game look epic. Yeah.
Somber covers.
Of like usually poppy 80s songs to get you pumped and sad and make it feel epic and all the emotions in this game, bro.
But usually you want to use those for trailers for games that are like more methodical or have a tragic theme to them. This is car racing.
Yeah.
You should be playing a song that has more like an adrenaline pumping feel to it. You would think, like,
Yeah.
What's tragic about racing cars in the desert?
Nothing, except for you're in the desert and you're thirsty, I guess. Like, that's it. They're doing some cool stuff with this Forza game, but that song took me out of it. Like the cool stuff they're doing is you can use Doom buggies. It's not just it's super high realistic racing still, but you can do more
It's
stuff.
Australia.
Like it's in Australia.
You can probably run over a couple kangaroos.
There were kangaroos in the trailer.
There were kangaroos.
A car did a flip and the audience lost their minds. Like, whoa! Think about for a second car racing in Forza. When a flip is enough, the crowd to lose it. Whereas, like, I've been playing fucking what's the game? God damn it! In my brain, every time I want to recall something, my brain's just like, nope, sorry.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that one game where you're killing people with your car, and that's the point of the game. And DJ Atomica is the DJ in that game. And you can use the Ecto.
Put it in the comments.
Yeah, put it in the comments if you remember. You can use the Ecto. You can drive the Ecto 1 or the fucking the General Lee and all those fun cars. But it was the game. The point of the game is kill everybody else. It's like Road Rash but just driving.
Hit people for points.
Yeah, and I've played that game for last gen consoles, and I could do all types of fucking flips. You do one in this trailer, and everybody's like, ah, like I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't care. But yeah, the game looks cool. There's co-op. There's multiplayer. So that it does
Co-op
look
in a
cool.
racing game is interesting.
Yeah, it does look cool. Everything is cool. It's just there's a couple things that just kept me out of enjoying it. I get it, and it's cool. It's just I probably won't play it because I like racing games sometimes. This looks like more a little bit up my alley. But with all the other games coming out, it's probably not even going to be on my radar.
It's so far down the list of things that you want to try.
Yeah.
Not as far down as FIFA, but pretty far down.
Oh, yeah, FIFA, I don't know. I played a FIFA game or two, and I thought it was fun.
But I'm happy for the people who are into that kind of stuff. So
yeah, that's great. If you guys enjoyed Forza and you thought this trailer was great, good for you. Enjoy
it wasn't
the way you want to enjoy
it wasn't a bad trailer, despite the music being really out of place.
Yeah.
And distracting.
Yeah, it was distracting. Recore, though. Recore is the game with it's pretty much, I wrote down in my notes for it, really cool robot platformer. And that's the game where the dog has a light bulb for a body, and you get different robots to help you do different jobs.
Little waggly stub tail for no reason.
That little dog is the fucking best.
He's so cute.
You put a dog in the game, that's it. The game is the best game of all time.
The dog is so cute. Oh goodness.
That dog was great.
And apparently the main character has other robot animal friends as well, like a spider and a gorilla.
I thought that was so cool. I want to play this game. That game, I was excited about this new IP. It's newish, I guess. I heard people were talking about it previous to this. It looks dope.
I did not know that it was going to be primarily a platformer. That looks really cool.
Yeah.
Especially because platformers are not, well, aside from like your Mario,
yeah,
platformers are not really a big thing that a lot of AAA investors invest their money in.
Yeah, so it was interesting to see a platformer that looks really good. This one looks good. And it looks unique, which is something that I was just dying for. And you got it. This was good. Final Fantasy 15. Beef has some feelings about this. And in my notes, though, I wrote dynamic fighting system. It's just Shadow of the Colossus. So you want to speak on this?
It's a little bit less climbing. I just don't like the direction of the Final Fantasy franchise. I could bitch all day about like the direction that Square Enix has gone in over the last several years, but I'm not going to go into that because it's a long tirade. I just generally don't like the direction that they're going in, and that they're pretty much becoming the dynamic real-time combat stuff is something that you see like every other game franchise do, and I don't like that Final Fantasy is going down that direction. But that's just a personal preference. And
you also said that it didn't even look like a Final Fantasy. Like, there's nothing to clue you in that this is a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, aside from anime characters with big swords, this could have been like any other... you could have told me that this was any other game with anime characters and big swords, and I would have been like, okay, yeah, sure.
When I was watching it, I was like, is this...
Nothing stood out as definitively Final Fantasy looking.
No, to me, it reminded me of Xenogear. I'm like, is this Xenogear or Xenoblade rather? It reminded me very much of Xenoblade. Yeah. Big swords, like
big swords.
All right, so the Division Underground. We just saw a video thing of it. They didn't really explain it to us. Is this DLC for the Division that's already out? Is this a new Division game? I think it's DLC, but because they said it's still in New York, so I guess it's DLC. The lighting in this looks great, and that's all I can say because that's all we really saw. So. You know, a lot of the stuff, hopefully, they'll come and pick up in other press conferences. So that's what I'm expecting and hoping for. And I'll add on to the stuff that I already have. But, yeah. Minecraft you can play now. They're really big on cross-platform. And by cross-platform, they mean platforms that they own. So you can have...
Plus the iPad.
Yeah, plus the iPad. So you can play on iOS, Hopefully, I'm hoping during the Sony press conference they just go, guess what? We're doing it on Sony as well, because that's a game changer. That's an actual game changer, and I want to see that happen. So yeah, Minecraft is gonna be pretty dope. Also, like I said, VR Minecraft looks great. I don't even have to say that again. I mentioned that yesterday. But today you have your the ability to play with people all over the place, and they've added new AI, and they said they're gonna make it more moddable. I want to know if that means you can make your own skins for stuff, because they made the villagers like Men in Black, and they let them defend themselves, which is great because the fucking villagers usually just stand there and die. So I like that the villagers can defend themselves now. At least with this new add-on. I'm not sure if the add-on is going to help let you, because it's the friendly add-on or something. Yeah. I need to get more information on this add-on.
But the cross-platform thing looks really promising.
Yeah, it does. Alright, so what else do we have here? We Happy Few, I think, stole this for me.
Yeah.
I
am intrigued as hell at that story in this game.
At first, I was like, "Oh, this looks like '60s British Fallout."
I was thinking it looked a lot like BioShock.
The
art style is almost identical.
It got closer to BioShock to me towards the end of the trailer, but it looks fucking. The premise was like, "Whoa, this is the game you put your fucking poppy 80s song on." Even then, they didn't need it. The song that they chose was better, I think, because it was so upbeat.
Yeah, it works given the message narrative of the story, that like people are being forced to be happy and see things as they aren't really, and if you're looking at if you're woke, you're a problem.
Yeah, pretty much the game. You woke the game. But I was like, watching it, I was like, wow, this is interesting, and I want to see how they play with emotions and stuff like that. It's also, they're stuck in like a vault situation, they can't leave, so in order to stay happy while you're stuck here,
pills.
Here's some pills. Everything about this is interesting, and I want to see where it goes. I am thirsty to know more about this game. We Happy Few, I think, is the game that makes you want to buy an Xbox by itself. And then Dead Rising. I think Dead Rising, I think, helps a little more with that. But they really made a good case for themselves. They didn't do anything stupid this year. There was no dumbass musical fucking performance. There was no dance performance or recital or fucking anything like that. They just got to the nitty gritty, and that's all we want, really. And I guess because they figured we don't have time for bullshit, let's just get to the point. So yeah, We Happy Few looks great. Tekken 7 has Akuma as a guest star? Question mark. Yeah. But also Akuma looks so good in those on the engine that they're using. I'm so sick of the fucking Street Fighter 4 look that this was refreshing. And also, they have fight transitions that transitions from fights to stories. It's very much like playing an episode of like Naruto. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It seems very much like you're playing an anime.
Yeah. And
that's interesting. I'm going to see where this goes. I want to see more about Tekken. Tekken is my favorite fighting game franchise. And I'm thirsty to know more about Tekken 7. Hopefully, again, in different things, we'll see more stuff. Okay, so we have...
I'll get super excited for Tekken if they reveal that, like, oh, guest character, Johnny Cage.
Yes. Give me everybody. Just make this Mugen. Okay, so because we gotta wrap this up, they're about to start the next conference soon. Let's blaze in hip hop and R&B through this.
They talked about a shitload of indie games.
They did.
I can't remember all of them.
No.
Cuphead's on there though.
Cuphead.
But there was a shitload of them, and a lot of them looked really interesting.
Yeah, they did. I want to know more about them, and I hope that there's an indie thing in the middle of something that explains more.
I advise people to look up the list of them because they just had so many that we could not write them down fast enough.
No. And plus me scribbling as fast as I can art for these. By the way, it's 2 in the afternoon in the East Coast, and I am starting the PC art for the thumbnail. I am trying so hard.
As the PC thing's about to start in like 7 minutes.
Yeah, I'm trying so hard.
If not early, because a lot of these have been starting early.
Yeah, so like today is hectic, and I love it. All right, so we got Scalebound, which I wrote in my notes is Extreme Pokemon Monster Hunter Co-op multiplayer.
Yes.
Where you can become the Guyver.
Yes. I want this game.
This game is so cool.
And I'm a little upset that Isn't it exclusive?
They said it was.
I'm a little upset that it's an exclusive, but
I
at the
don't.
same time, like,
It says
I'm really
on
happy for the people who
Xbox.
get to play it.
It says on Xbox, so I don't think it's exclusive. They didn't say exclusively on Xbox, which they spammed. They spammed that soundbite to death.
They did use that soundbite a lot.
The reason why it bothers me is because you had several games in a row that were that, and you had developers come out and go, "It's only on Xbox and then Microsoft," and then right after they said that, literally, they'd play the same message on the screen again. But yeah, Scalebound looks fucking crazy. I love what the guy put on headphones and he's listening to music that doesn't fit the scene, but it makes sense because he's listening to it in his headphones.
Yeah, so we can hear it.
I love that.
It's so goddamn cool.
I want to play this.
And as a big fan of dragons, I am hyped for a game where I get to have a dragon sidekick. That is so cool.
It's super cool, man. And then we have Sea of Thieves, which I got excited about the little teaser before it, and then I was like, all right, let's see the gameplay. It looks really good, but we couldn't really fucking pay attention and focus because you motherfuckers decided Let's Plays are popular. Let's do a Let's Play presentation of this game
And
barely anybody knows about.
I know we're one to talk,
Right? Yeah.
but that's not how you present a game for the first gameplay for the first time to a major audience, is by having face cams up the corner, which are distracting, and then guys screaming, which is also distracting when you're trying to show off the gameplay for a game that you're literally showing us for the first time.
And the thing is,
they've announced that they're doing it, but this is the first time we're being shown actual gameplay.
we're watching this, and the people are screaming for no reason. Like, they're just going, "Pirates are here, we're pirates!" And it's like, shut up.
Which is my least favorite type of Let's Player, which is why we actively don't do that. But,
No, like, if something happens...
if you enjoy that, fine, cool, but it's very distracting.
Yeah, if something happens that scares the shit out of me, I'm gonna react that way. But
yeah,
I keep it real. I'm not gonna fake a reaction to get more views. I'm just not gonna do it. And this seemed very fake. All right, so let's move on from that. State of Decay. It looks cool. That's the zombie game where you're kind of walking around. It's kind of like Left 4 Dead plus the Fallout 4 kind of system.
It's survival horror. You have to actually like build up a settlement. You have to put security things in place. You have to actually go out and scavenge for supplies and things.
Yeah.
And you have to. It's very much the same as the first one, which was pretty well received, especially on PC, I believe.
Yeah.
But this second one looks like it's improved on pretty much everything.
It does.
Like, I love the fact that it's a zombie game where you have to actually build settlements from the ground up.
I like that too.
Including, like making walls and fences and things. And
You could probably go out and scavenge for that stuff to build too.
You do not have infinite ammo. You do not have infinite food and things. You have to go out and look for food and ammo and new people, whether it's other players or NPCs.
This sounds great.
As well as new vehicles, because vehicles can break down.
I want to know more about this, because this seems like a game changer. Game.
It is a zombie apocalypse simulator. Very much... It's like DayZ, but less DayZ, if that makes any sense.
It does. We gotta try to...
It's like a less cruel DayZ.
Yeah, I get you. We gotta speed through this. We gotta talk about two last things in 3 minutes. So let's go. Halo Wars 2 looks okay. I wrote kind of like Gears though. Guerrilla Alien looks awesome. And then I went, oh, it's a top-down RTS. Immediately.
Well, the Halo Wars franchise, the Halo Wars, the first Halo Wars was also our top-down RTS. Yeah. So they're trying to get that Warcraft money.
That's
not
fine.
World of Warcraft.
That's fine, but I wasn't expecting that. That's not my thing. Oh yeah, they mentioned the card game for Witcher because that's popular in Witcher.
Yeah,
that's cool. Awesome. Especially people wanted it. They did it. Awesome. I love that kind of community listening to the community.
Yeah.
And last thing I wrote is bingo. I got a fucking bingo for the first time in the bingo card Microsoft from thanks to the Homestar. The bingo I got was Indies. New Dead Rising that nobody asked for, the developers.
Which was one of the things they announced, by the way. Which did look pretty goddamn awesome.
And
Dead Rising 4.
Dead Rising 4 seems like the thing that makes me want to buy the console by itself. Because I love that. I love how stupid it is. I love the Christmas theming. It's coming out around Christmas. Perfect. Everything about that is perfect.
I'm hoping one of the psychos is literally a mall Santa.
Yes.
Who thinks he's Santa.
And
thinks that everyone is on the naughty list.
I love this. I want this. I'm excited. Microsoft got me hyped. And it got me hyped for PC gaming. Because I'm not going to buy an Xbox One. Another thing I said is Halo gets a teaser and nothing else. And Microsoft and Oculus partner up. So yeah, bingo! I got a bingo for the first time. I can't wait to see if I get more bingos. Hopefully I do. We'll see what happens. We gotta go because right now the PC gamer fucking thing is starting. Microsoft did a good job. Good job, Microsoft. Golf clap. Golf claps all around. I'm way less disappointed than I was yesterday.
Yeah, Microsoft so far is leading. So far, Microsoft is the best press conference of E3.
Yeah. Good.
Granted, this is before the PC thing. This is before the Sony one. This is before the Nintendo one. This is before Ubisoft.
That's true.
Which Ubisoft might blow it out of the park. I don't know.
Who knows?
I doubt it, but it might.
Yeah.
But so far, with only 3 in the bag so far, this one is the best one. Which, going into it, I was expecting Bethesda, but...
Yeah, so far Bethesda was disappointing.
But we weren't able... but Bethesda did not get it of the... Bethesda was... Like, every single press conference that's happened so far beats the ones prior.
Yeah.
Let's see if the PC gaming one can do the same.
Yeah, I'm excited. Alright, we gotta go. It's starting right now. So that's it.
So we'll watch that and immediately record.
Yeah, alright. Thanks for joining us for this.
Yeah, toodaloo. See you later.
See you in a minute.
Watch the other ones.